Okay, I wanted to start by thanking everyone for taking part in this meeting. And the way we plan to hold the meeting is we're going to have a few introductory slides about the TAG committee, the agenda, and then we're going to have a part where we're each going to introduce ourselves. So let me go ahead and get started with a few introductory slides, and then we will proceed into the sequence of presentations for year 1 and year 2, which will be led by Afifa. So we're here to discuss the Sargassum composting project. It's a TAG meeting that's a requirement of the Hinckley Center for Solid and Hazardous Waste Management. And we're very grateful to the Hinckley Center for the funding. And on this project, I'm the lead professor working on the project. I'm Helena Solo Gabriel. And we've been working on seaweed compost for the past couple of years. And a lot of this came about because of the research that we've been doing at marine beaches, looking at sources of bacteria to the marine beaches. Next is Amanda.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Amanda Ehlert. I'm an assistant professor at University of Miami, and I'm helping out with some of the analysis of the metals and phosphorus composition in this project.
Said phosphorus?
Yes, phosphorus. We're doing the phosphorus analysis in my lab.
Thank you. Peter?
Hi, I'm Peter Swart. I'm a professor at the Rosenstiel School, University of Miami, and we're dealing with the isotope composition, carbon and nitrogen isotope composition, carbon content, nitrogen content, and C to N ratio of the compost and its constituents.
Thank you. Trent?
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Trent Blair. I'm an assistant professor in food and resource economics at the University of Florida, but I'm based at the Tropical Research and Education Center in Homestead. And I'm working to support the economic aspects of this to determine the costs and potential markets, potential for the compost.
Thank you. Afifa?
Hi everyone, my name is Afifa Abdelghani. I am a PhD student under Dr. Solo, and I'm the lead graduate student on this project.
And I'd like to go ahead and start with a few housekeeping items. Next slide, please. These presentations are recorded. The Hinckley Center has the actual presentation part will be recorded. We are, since the meeting is recorded, the question and answer period will be recorded as well, but we will not post the question and answer period as a recording. We will have minutes written, so that the questions and answers will be posted more in a written form, and we will share that with the group before we post it. The actual presentation part will be posted on our webpage. So the questions and answers will be a summary as part of the meeting minutes. Also, if you have questions, if you have a burning question, you can go ahead and ask it during the presentations. But we also have a chat box. I will be monitoring the chat box to assist in the questions, in the ordering of the questions. And then we also have a raise hand function available. So if you'd like to ask during the presentation, you can raise the hands, but also you can take yourself off of mute and just ask as well. We're not that formal. So if you have a burning question, please go ahead and simply ask it. Next slide, please. So the agenda for this presentation, we will, once we finish the introductory slides, we will, each of us will introduce ourselves. And then the actual technical content of the presentation will be presented by primarily Afifa. And the technical content we separate into 2 categories, the year 1 and the year 2. And in year 1, there are 2 phases that will be described. The work with small scale tumbler composters. And then we have a larger scale thanks to our collaboration with the City of Hallandale, where we have larger piles set up there and describe the initial results from the work with the larger piles. We will have a break, an intentional break for questions and answers after year 1. And then we're also very happy and pleased to announce that we have received a notice of award for year 2 funding. We will just be describing the motivation, background, and objectives of that study and the plans for year 2. And we will also break for questions and answers. Year 2 is a shorter set of presentations, and then we will describe some next steps and then adjourn. Next slide, please. And again, as I mentioned earlier, our funding is coming through the Hinckley Center for Solid and Hazardous Waste Management. We're very grateful to the support received from the Hinckley Center. And at this point, I'd like to ask if John Schurt would like to say a few words about the Hinckley Center.
Great.
Yeah. How do I get the screen?
Okay, there's a share screen button at the bottom.
Okay. I see share screen. Okay. Click. This will stop the other one sharing out.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is a complicated slide. This guy over here on the top right,
Yeah, I
Bob
appreciate
Martinez.
that. You recognize how the importance.
Somebody was saying something. What's that? Anyway, he was elected to the governorship in '87, and he appointed Dale Twachtman as the head of the DER, and he gave Dale a piece of paper with a list of names and said, "Get rid of these people." And John Shears looking at this list saying, "These are career service people." And Bill Hinckley's office was right next to Vicki Schenkel's office, you know, the secretary.
Yeah, I mean, even if you could just be there and help them get the equipment out and they'll have to store the equipment somewhere else, that's also an
Yeah, if
option.
you're not speaking, please be on mute because we are getting some conversations in the background. Sorry.
So anyway, so this guy comes into office.
So I'm not even familiar with
Somebody
your.
keeps talking. I can't tell who it
You're
is.
seeing more than me. I don't even know what's.
Okay. So
I think the host can mute Mark Richard.
Yes.
So maybe you need to mute him. Thank you.
okay. So this guy's Bob Martinez. He gets elected. He appoints this guy, Dale Twachtman, head of the DER. And he gives him these pieces of paper. Get rid of these people. And Bill Hinckley was on that list. He goes, oh, geez. About the same time, George Kirkpatrick, the guy over here fishing, he backed the wrong guy for Senate president. He lost. He came home and said to his wife, "Monica, they picked me off appropriations and rules and everything. I'm a nobody now." She said, "George, I'm so sick of my German relatives coming over and asking me where we recycle. Then we don't recycle. You're going to write a recycling bill or I'm not sleeping with you." She didn't say that. She was a pistol. She'd grown up in East Germany when she was 12. Her mom sneaked her into West Germany and she worked for the PX. And George would go to her and say, he was military police. He'd say, "Hey, I need new radios." She said, "Those are fine." He said, "Who's your boss?" So they had this thing, you know. Anyway, so Kirkpatrick's writing this solid waste bill. And he finds Hinckley. And Hinckley's supposed to keep his head down, but Hinckley helps him write this solid waste bill. And Twachtman says, "Yeah, I raised him up from a pup." And that's how we got a solid waste act, because of a German lady saying, I'm afraid, I'm you know, I don't like being shamed anymore about not recycling. And that's Dale Twachtman. He was the guy who gave John Shear the hit list of things. He was a public works director in Tampa. And that's Martinez. And that's George and Monica Kirkpatrick. They're both deceased. So so they wrote this bill, and this guy from Hawthorne, Sid Martin, he's like about 6'8", huge guy. He said, "George, let's put something in there for the universities to do. The counties will need some help. So let's create some kind of statewide center." So they wrote some language in. And that's how this Hinckley Center came to be. And they assigned it to the chancellor. The chancellor said, "I don't want this thing." We put out an RFP and UF and a bunch of people applied for it. UF got it. And so then Hinckley got liver cancer. And I was talking to Kirkpatrick's aide, and he said, "That's it. We're renaming your new center. Your center's going to be called the Hinckley Center now." Okay, well, we ought to tell Bill. So we told Bill on a phone call. And I've been doing this. I got canned from my last job, so I've learned not to get canned again. And I've been doing this for like 23 years now. People ask me when I'm going to retire, and I go, "I'm not retiring. Are you kidding? I love this job." And I was just going to show you one last thing. I don't know how to get there. How do I? Afifa, can you Google something for me, or go to a website?
Sure, what's the website?
It's billhinckley.com. This guy was crazy. Now, and you control the screen down.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it, that's it. So that's Governor Bush signing this legislation thing to create the Hinckley Center. And you see where it says pictures there? Where does it say pictures? It's down at the bottom, I think. This is the last thing you're gonna see. Okay, this says photos right there. See photos over on the right, second from the right. So those are typical pictures of Bill Hinckley. I took every one of those for one or two of them. And he was just such a character, and he thought out of the box. And he said he learned how to run at an early age because he was short and grew up in Chicago. And can you scroll down a little bit on the pictures? So anyway, for you folks that didn't know Bill Hinckley, there's a site. And then if you click on the back button and down it says quotes. See quotes over there on the left? Yeah, right there. Okay. Can you read that top one? Well, anyway, you can go back and read it sometime. It's from Carol Browner. And she became head of EPA, and she wrote about how Bill used to make birdhouses for her and give it to her, and he would make all these funny little things, and he loved being a carpenter. So, and he was my best friend. So I'm real proud to be the Hinckley Center guy. I'm 69 and a half, and I want to work another 5 years. So anybody hear that? Okay, I'm done. Helena, I hope I didn't take up too much time. It's kind of a awkward sort of a ramble.
Hi, John. Thank you so much for the history of the Hinckley Center and for reminding us of Bill Hinckley. We all miss him very much, and he was very instrumental to the development of the Hinckley Center. So thank you very much for letting us know, all know, so we're all aware. And this research would not be possible without his efforts.
When did you get your first project?
Yes, so greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, John.
When did you get your first project, Helena?
95, back in 95, and it made a huge impact on my career. So greatly appreciated. Really, it's
you're the lady that got rid of CCA.
On a different topic, yes. Thank you, John.
Another world. I'm done.
Thank you, John. Next slide, please. So the next slide focuses on the research team, and we've all introduced ourselves on the first slide as listed here. John Schurt and Anna Pak of the Hinckley Center are also on the line. I just wanted to mention our TAG committee members. We have a strong list of individuals, and the purpose of the TAG committee is to provide us with practical background, practical input on how our project is progressing. One of the goals of the Hinckley Center is to make sure that the projects are practical and meet society's needs. And so that is the purpose of having practitioners on the TAG committee. In the TAG committee, we have a strong team of academicians, including Kimberly Moore of IFAS, IFAS, Lihia from FIU, Dan from FAU. We also have representation from Sea Grant, Anna, Shelley, Randall, Armando, Michelle, and Vincent. We also have representation from the Tropical Research and Education Center, Ashley. We also have those who are involved in seaweed removal processes, have companies such as Alejandro, Chip, representatives from organics recycling groups such as David and Chris. Next slide. We have consultants, Nandra. We have representatives from government agencies, Alyssa and Kathy from Hallandale Beach, but also from solid waste agencies as well, and parks departments, Mary Beth, Enrique, Mark, Roland, Tom, Paul, Mark, Richard, Heather, Samir from the Florida Department of Health in Miami-Dade County. And then we also have state representation, Karen Moore, Lauren, and Chris from the FDEP. Next slide. So at this point, we'd like to go ahead and have each one of ourselves introduce. And I'm going to go down the list of who I see on the screen to help facilitate the process. And on my screen at the top, I see Anna Pak. Anna, can you introduce yourself real quick? And by stating your name, your affiliation, and maybe one
Yes.
sentence about seaweed.
Hi, my name is Anna Pak, and I'm the media specialist, and I'm also helping John with Wes's position. And this is my first year really integrating myself into the research field, and I'm really happy and excited to be working with all of you. So please feel free to reach out to John or I, and we're looking forward to working with you. And I graduated from the University of North Carolina at Asheville and majored in multimedia.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Next on my screen is Mark Richard. And let me see if I can figure out how to undo everyone's.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Richard. I'm the region manager for the coastal region of Miami-Dade County Parks, Recreation, and Open Spaces. I take care of, oversee all the coastal parks, which is including the beach maintenance at Miami Beach, all over in Crandon. So we get our share of seaweed.
Thank you, Mark. Samir?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Samir Elmir. I'm the Director of Environmental Health with the Florida Department of Health in Miami-Dade County. We implement the Florida Healthy Beaches program in Miami-Dade County. We monitor the water quality, and we respond to complaint and investigate complaint associated with seaweed and sargassum along the shore of Miami-Dade County. And I'm thank you for being part of the tech committee. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Samir. Amid Demoni?
It's Ahmed Demonet here.
Demonet.
I'm with Broward County Environmental Engineering and Permitting Division over the cleanup and waste regulations.
Thank you. Amanda Ehlert?
Hi, everyone. Again, I'm Amanda Ehlert. I'm assistant professor at University of Miami, and I'm helping with the analysis of metals and phosphorus in the project we're discussing today. And I'm very excited to hear from you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Anna Zagronitz?
Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's so rare and refreshing that there is not one, but two Annas in the same meeting. So
nice meeting you.
And I'm Ana Sangronis, and I'm the Florida Sea Grant Extension Agent here in Miami-Dade County, and my office is based at UM Rasmus. Nice to meet and work with everybody.
Thank you, Anna. Ashley Smith?
Hi, I'm Ashley Smith. I'm an assistant professor at the University of Florida's Tropical Research and Education Center in Homestead. I'm a PI on a Sea Grant funded project to look at composting sargassum at the local level, individual homeowner.
Thank you. Chris Snow?
Hi, I'm Chris Snow. I work for Consolidated Resource Recovery, and I'm co-chair of the Organics Recycling Committee of Recycle Florida Today. Very interested in composting and any activities of that type in the state of Florida. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Chris Perry.
Good morning, Chris Perry. I'm with the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's Waste Reduction and Recycling Section. I work with Lauren O'Connor on the 709 rulemaking redo, and very interested to learn some things about some of the metals and phosphorus that can be found in this material. So I'm really excited to be joining this tag and to learn more.
Thank you. Danielle Jimenez? Hi, Danielle. You're not on mute anymore.
Working. Let's see.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm Danielle Jimenez. I'm with Miami-Dade Derm with the Solid Waste Group. So we've been delegated authority from FDEP about permitting composting facilities. So I just wanted to listen in and see what the update is.
Thank you, Danielle. David Cardenas?
Good morning, David Cardenas, Deputy Director, Miami-Dade County Parks, Recreation, and Open Spaces, and looking forward to the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Kimberly Moore?
Yes, hi, I'm Kimberly Moore, professor at the University of Florida, Fort Lauderdale Research and Education Center, and have a background in composting, and I'm glad to add my expertise and to help with the project. So, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Ligia?
Hello, good morning. Elena, thank you for the invitation. I'm Ligia Collado. I'm a teaching professor and associate chair in the Department of Biology in Florida International University. I have been working, well, I'm a phycologist. I work with algae for all my career. I'm running the International Forum discussion for Sargassum and also several other workshops that we are putting together in the region. Locally, I have my students doing biomass monitoring and some metals in the actual influx of Sargassum and a citizen science program as well. So thank you, Elena, and I hope, to learn more from you and collaborate. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Nandra?
You already did, Miranda.
Hi, I'm Nandra Weeks, Senior Principal with Geosyntec Consultants, former Research Selection Committee Chair for the Hinckley Center, and recent Board Chair for the Hinckley Center. And I'm excited to be here to help support this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandra. Patty Ahmad?
Yes, good morning. My name is Patty Ahmad. I'm the Delegated Programs Manager from Miami-Dade. I work with Danielle, who signed in earlier, and we're here listening for the solid waste issues.
Thank you. Mary Beth? I'm going to unmute you from your phone. I can't do it from here.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
I had to do a little *6 on my phone. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm Mary Beth Morrison. I'm the Director of Environmental Programs from the Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County. I've worked here 30 years, and I have a marine biology background, so I'm very interested in this project. It's really nice to get involved with a project that involves, what I studied in the world of waste. So I'm looking forward to hearing the results. So thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth. Thanks. Roland?
Yeah, hi, Roland Samimi, Village of Key Biscayne, Chief Resilience and Sustainability Officer, tend to a lot of different resilience and sustainability issues, not the least of which is the beach. And like Mark Richards, we have quite a bit of seaweed that we need to deal with, and we're trying to come up with a more innovative way of doing it, composting being one such way. And shout out to Mark Almy up in Fort Lauderdale. Just have to say he's my hero because he's actually doing what we want to try and do. So thank you, Helena, and your research team for the work that you're doing to help us move the ball down the field.
Thank you, Roland. Thanks. Shelley Kruger?
Thank you. I'm Shelley Kruger. I'm extension faculty at the University of Florida, and I'm the Florida Sea Grant agent in Monroe County. I'm located in Key West. I'm also a part of the Florida Sea Grant funded project where we're looking at sargassum composting with the city of Key West.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you. Vincent?
Hi, I'm Vincent Encomio. I'm the Florida Sea Grant Extension Agent for Martin and St. Lucie counties, and also working with Shelley, Ashley, and Anna, and plus a few other people that you have listed. And yeah, looking forward to learning more. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'm going down the list here. Is there anyone that we've missed that did not have the opportunity to introduce themselves?
Hi, good morning. I'm Tom Morgan, Chief of Operations for Miami-Dade Parks.
And as Mark mentioned, I oversee many areas, and one of the areas I oversee are the coastal region parks, which include, of course, all our beaches and causeways.
Okay. And as a matter of fact, there's one person, thank you, Tom. There's one person in the waiting room that I'm gonna let in right now. Mark, I saw that you were in the waiting room. We just let you in. Mark, we're in the introduction section. Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Mark Almy, City of Fort Lauderdale, Superintendent of Parks, and that's about it.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so at this point, thank you, everyone. We have quite a team here, quite a group, and I look forward to the discussion. So to get the discussions going, I'm going to ask Afifa if she can go ahead with the presentations.